The trap of more. Imagine a man named Mike. From the outside, Mike looked successful. He had a beautiful house, a new truck in the driveway, the latest phone, a garage full of tools, multiple streaming subscriptions, and enough gadgets to fill several rooms. Every time he bought something new, he felt excited. Friends complimented his purchases, and social media made his life appear perfect. But behind closed doors, a different story was unfolding. Every month, Mike sat at his kitchen table staring at bills. Mortgage payments, vehicle payments, insurance, subscriptions, repairs, and credit card statements seemed endless. The more he owned, the more money he needed just to maintain his lifestyle. He worked longer hours, worried constantly about expenses, and found himself trapped in a cycle of earning and spending. One afternoon, while working in his yard, Mike noticed his neighbor Tom sitting on the porch enjoying a cup of coffee. Tom drove an older paid-off vehicle, lived in a modest home, and rarely bought anything unnecessary. Mike always assumed Tom wasn't doing well financially because he didn't have expensive things. But after talking with him, Mike discovered something surprising. Tom had very little debt, a healthy emergency fund, growing investments, and enough savings to take time off work whenever he wanted. Tom wasn't rich because he owned more things. He was rich because he had more freedom. That conversation changed Mike's perspective. As he walked through his house, he noticed how many things he owned that he rarely used. Exercise equipment collecting dust, subscriptions he forgot about, tools he hadn't touched in years, and boxes of items sitting in storage. He realized that every possession came with a hidden cost. Every item required maintenance, storage, cleaning, insurance, repairs, or attention. Instead of serving him, many of his possessions were demanding his time and money. For the first time, Mike understood that sometimes the things we own end up owning us. Less creates more wealth. As Mike began simplifying his life, he discovered a powerful financial truth: every dollar has a job. When you spend money on things you don't truly need, that money disappears forever. But when you save and invest it, that money begins working for you. Think about someone who spends just $10 a day on small purchases, coffee, snacks, impulse buys, subscriptions, and convenience spending. $10 doesn't seem like much. But over a year, that's $3,650. Over 10 years, that's $36,500 before any investment growth. Invested consistently in a diversified index fund, that money could grow into a significant amount over time. This is where the phrase, "less is more," becomes powerful. Less spending can mean more investing. Less clutter can mean more opportunity. Less debt can mean more freedom. Many people believe financial freedom comes from earning more money, but often it comes from needing less money. A person earning $70,000 a year with low expenses may feel wealthier than someone earning $150,000 a year while drowning in payments. The difference is margin, the gap between what you earn and what you spend. Margin is where wealth is created. Margin allows you to save. Margin allows you to invest. Margin allows you to survive emergencies without panic. Margin allows you to start businesses, buy investments, and pursue opportunities. Unfortunately, many people increase their lifestyle every time their income increases. They buy larger homes, newer vehicles, and more expensive possessions. Their income grows, but so do their expenses. As a result, they never feel financially secure. Meanwhile, people who focus on simplicity often discover that financial freedom arrives much sooner than expected. They aren't constantly chasing the next upgrade. Instead, they are building assets and creating options for the future. Mike realized that real wealth wasn't about displaying success. Real wealth was having choices. The ability to say no to a job you dislike. The ability to take time off when needed. The ability to handle emergencies without stress. The ability to live life on your own terms. The freedom of less. Over the next few years, Mike made gradual changes. He sold items he no longer used. He canceled subscriptions he didn't need. He stopped upgrading things that still worked perfectly fine. Instead of buying more possessions, he focused on paying down debt and investing regularly. At first, the changes seemed small, but over time the results were dramatic. His savings account grew, his investments increased, his stress decreased. Most importantly, he felt lighter. He had fewer things to maintain, fewer bills to pay, and fewer worries keeping him awake at night. He began spending more time with family, enjoying hobbies, and focusing on experiences instead of possessions. That's when he finally understood something many people spend decades trying to learn. The purpose of money is not to collect things. The purpose of money is to create freedom. Freedom to spend time with the people you love. Freedom to pursue meaningful work. Freedom to travel, help others, and make choices without constant financial pressure. Many of the wealthiest people in the world live surprisingly simple lives because they understand that possessions often come with obligations. The more things you own, the more those things demand your attention. The less unnecessary clutter you have, the more space you create for what truly matters. Before making any major purchase, Mike started asking himself one question: will this bring me more freedom or less freedom? That simple question transformed the way he thought about money. Sometimes the answer was yes, and the purchase made sense. Other times, he realized he was simply chasing temporary excitement. The lesson is simple but powerful. Less debt means more peace. Less clutter means more clarity. Less spending means more investing. Less stress means more happiness. And less dependence on material things often leads to more control over your future. At the end of the day, wealth isn't measured by how much stuff you own. Wealth is measured by how much of your life belongs to you. The ability to control your time, make your own choices, and live according to your values is the ultimate form of financial success. That's why, when it comes to money, happiness, and freedom, less truly is more.